Check, check. All right, friends, welcome back to the 2015 Atlantic Midget Female Championships right here on Battle Line Community 1 from the Red Ball Internet Center in Moncton, New Brunswick. Great to have you with us. A good one so far, as we knew it would be. The Rockets and Metro Boston Pizza. A good old Moncton versus Halifax battle. And it's been anticipated all week long, and now here we are. And after one period, it is 1-0 for the Rockets on a goal by Brooke Murphy. A power play goal for Murphy to give the Rockets a 1-0 lead. So again, we're about to start our second period here, Isabelle Germain. And this has been the period throughout the weekend that has kind of been the wild one in these games.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Boston Pizza can get one on the scoreboard. You know, you mentioned they didn't score a goal in yesterday's game against the Rockets, so give them a little bit of energy and get a goal early on the board. But I think what's hurting Boston Pizza, I'm looking at the bench here, and, you know, obviously we mentioned Ruminger out of the lineup, but what's happening is you get so used to playing with your D partner, and as soon as you take out one D partner and you're rolling 5D, everybody's playing with everyone, basically. And one of the pairs that I really liked throughout the year was Sibley and Flynn, and now Sibley and Flynn are having to play with other players, and they don't seem as comfortable with those other players. So, you know, hopefully they'll be able to find a groove defensively so they can keep this score 1-0 and hope that their top forwards, you know, you talk Sylvie Julian, Jenna Pellerin, Kira Mehmet, all capable of putting pucks in the net.
.1947 remaining. Email shout out to Chad Lloyd. Thank you for that, Chad. I can't talk to that, but believe me, I'll show that to Izzy. She'll be interested to read that. But thanks very much for reaching out on the email. Thank you to Chad.
Very cryptic.
But thanks for being with us. And again, contact information on the screen. B. McLean Sports on Twitter, and Isnash as well, and then community1sports@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you. And again, we got Championship Sunday going on all across the region. The Bantams in Paradise, Newfoundland, and of course the major midgets with Scott Squires in Dartmouth. Here from the Red Ball Internet Center in Moncton, it is 1-0 for the Rockets. And 5-on-5 hockey to start. There's Sibley, comes near side, and knocked in by Gallagher. On the chase, kept in by Flynn. Low shot, and Brianne Waterman got there just in time to make the save. Here's Ainsley Lloyd. You can sense a little bit of urgency right now from this Boston Pizza team.
Well, obviously Boston Pizza recognizing what we talked about, that the Moncton Rockets are so low in their zone. They got to use the D, and they used Flynn, one of those players we said could let a good slap shot go. She had it perfectly on the ice, but Waterman coming up big.
Right now, J.R. Letourneau probably trying to convince his troops to, you know, be persistent but not frustrated. I mean, I know yesterday again was what we call the dress rehearsal game that didn't have any significance in terms of standings, but this Metro Boston Pizza team has yet to score a goal against the Rockets in this tournament.
Well, we talked about the psyche. The mental part of hockey is really, it's 90% of this game, because if you psych yourself out, then there's no way you're winning this game. And, you know, one thing that I took away from Team Canada's loss yesterday, they really believed that they were going to win. They believed in Sochi, and they pulled it off. Yesterday wasn't able to pull it off, but they believed, and they tied it up 5-5. If you saw that game, it was an incredible hockey game. And that's what Boston Pizza has to do. Take away the good, erase the bad. Don't even think about the bad that happened yesterday. Don't think that you shut them out. Don't think. Take away key notes on how to improve. Take away everything that you did good in that game, but erase everything else so that mentally you know you can beat this team.
This is from Windsor, Ontario, cheering on the Rockets. A shout out to Brianne Waterman. And happy Easter from all you guys in Windsor. Thanks very much. Great to have you with us. That's your neck of the woods, bud.
Yeah, Windsor's about 3 hours from my hometown. Been there plenty of times, right on the border of the United States, so you can go do some good shopping in Detroit.
17:40 remaining in your second periods. Juliet to the far side. Arsenault has it poked away by Rachel Dory. She's on the chase. Emma Ray Murphy gets to it first and comes near side Ali Dolan. Shaw clears the zone. Sibley, nice pass to the far side. Coming back into her own zone is Pellerin. Pellerin, one of those players who likes to get her wheels going. And that's going to be a penalty on the Rockets. Might have been Faith Steeves, the two speedsters. Steeves and Pellerin coming together.
I don't know if I like that one. She's going to call it body checking.
Faith goes into the wrong penalty box.
That to me is just a hard-working play. You're battling man-on-man for the puck. I don't know, that was questionable.
2 minutes remaining in the power play as it just gets started here. 17 minutes remaining in your second period. Chance for Rockets to break out on the PK. They'll just fire one in with Morgan Porter. Back to get it is Flynn. Shakes free of Porter. Murphy on the penalty kill along with Letourneau and Carr-Babineau. Power play, there's Sophie Beck, gets under her stick. It's the Beck and Pellerin line with Jillian Morrison. Lloyd and Flynn on the blue line. There's Ainsley Lloyd. Right up the middle. 5 across are the Boston Pizza. Sophie Beck's going to change. And they're going to get Kira Mehmet on the ice. Chance to clear. Emma Ray Murphy, no mistake. Emma Ray Murphy looks like a kid that an AUS coach would have a good eye on.
Yeah, she's got the height. A little bit more development, I think, and we were just talking in the Atlantic Hockey Report. Stay at home D, which is completely fine. You need some of those, but I think her puck skill and just jumping up a little bit more in the play, that would help her a lot with the AUS. Near
side. Hot shot, Gallagher up into the mask there of Waterman, and she gives her head a little shake after taking that right off the face. Diving in was Alyssa McNeil. Haven't seen too much of the captain in this game.
McNeil is a quiet captain on this Boston Pizza team. She's more setting up plays. I'd like to see her a little more visible, though, on the ice for a championship game.
Gallagher trying to get it to McNeil. Can't. Clear it away. 15:23 remaining. Sibley to the far side. A little bit too far on the reach for Sylvie Julian. Arsenault can't get it off the boards. In front. Great chance and a save. That was Colburn, and maybe the save of the game so far for Brianne Waterman.
It was a great push off the post, recognizing that Colburn was right over there. She didn't cheat. Took her chances with the shot and the pass. And she was at the top of her crease. That's what you want to see from your goaltender. You don't want them sitting back too far. You sit too far in your crease, and these players will pick those top corners.
Power play has expired. Back to 5-on-5. Chance of Nova Scotia resonating throughout the Red Ball Internet Center. And you can just sense the antsiness of the fans as well to get a goal.
Yeah, and the fans are getting frustrated with the refereeing. And, one thing I like about refereeing is just consistency. I don't care if you're going to call every penalty in the game or you're going to call no penalties in a game, but at least be consistent so these girls know how to play. And right now, kind of all over the board. A couple missed calls there, a couple calls that I don't agree with. So maybe if the refereeing could kind of even out and these girls could know how they can play, they can bring their intensity on the boards and watch themselves in the middle of the ice. But right now I think there's a lot of hesitation on what they can and cannot do.
14:31 remaining in this second period. A shout out from Bill McNabb to the well-deserved MVP of the tourney, Faith Steeves, cheering on the Rockets. And happy Easter to you as well, sir. Thank you for those kind words.
Faith Steeves, if I remember correctly, is not graduating this year.
There's another penalty. Coming up on the Rockets, it looks like. Brooke Murphy. She'll sit too. Murphy just, I think she gets a lot of penalties just because she just never stops. She is such a hard worker out there, flying around.
But here's my issue with that. She moves her feet at all times. So, I never took my refereeing clinic coaching or whatever it is, but to me, as long as you keep moving your feet, that's a fair play. She's working hard out there, and I feel like her energy is just being sucked out by these penalties that I would let go, Bill. Honestly, I would like to see more physical play along the board. She's battling for the puck. She's moving her feet. Obviously, the referee doesn't agree with that.
Julian out in front. Rachel Dory can't get the backhand off. And now coming away on the far side is Maddie Morrissey with space on the PK. Morrissey, a shot that goes over the crossbar. There's Faith Steeves. No luck on the pass to Morrissey. Keisha Kane trying to settle things down on this Boston Pizza power play. 1-0 for the defending champs. Last year beat the great chance in front, in the crease, and I heard a whistle go. No indication yet. Boston Pizza thinks they have a goal. The referee has not indicated that it was. No goal. No goal. Waved off.
This might suck the life out of this Boston Pizza team. The whistle was blown way too quick. The puck was loose in the crease. They touched the puck before the whistle was blown. I don't know, Bill. I'll have to stop talking about the referees because I do respect what they do, and it's a tough job, and I understand that. But this is a gold medal championship game with an Esso Cup berth on the line, and right now they're not doing such a great job.
You definitely did hear the whistle go before it went across, and that's the thing. When that whistle goes, that is it. You can't come back from it. And 1-0 still. Boston Pizza thought they had this tied up. Midway, or 13 minutes remaining. Deflected in front, the shot by Sibley. Flynn bounces over her stick, in pursuit. There's Kayla Wilson. Sibley gets to it first. Swung around the far side. There comes Shannon Grandy. Gets rubbed out nicely by Morgan Porter. Great job. 12:45 left. Sibley and Flynn back together here now on the power play. 20 seconds remaining, and turned over. Porter got a shot off, and good heads-up play by Tebow. That could have snuck through the wickets had she not been paying attention. Alyssa McNeil. Poke checked away by Eversteady Latorno, and they have to retreat. The power play is set to expire. Sophie Beck has it knocked away by Wilson. Now Wilson, another deflected pass. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. McNeil wrapped up with Latorno as the captains come together. Brooke Augustine can't get it past Alyssa McNeil. Latorno got down low to take away the pass. High off the window. One-on-one, Faith Steeves. Great poke check by Ainsley Lloyd. Jillian Morrison speeding down the left flank. Shot that goes wide. Sophie Beck corrals, lets it go for Lloyd. And here comes Steeves again, gets a step on Lloyd. And now goes one-on-one against Gallagher. And Gallagher steers her aside. Now pinning her to the boards. 11:30 remaining. And pin it to the boards over there is Ainsley Lloyd. Finally taken away. Nobody in front, though, except Sophie Beck. Beck gets around Faith Steeves. Morrison tips it in. Wholesale line changes here for BP. I would have thought that Faith Steeves line would have been due for a line change as well, but they're going to stick out there. And now speeding away comes Lauren Shaw. Now Steeves will change. Shaw in front! And holding on is Tebow.
That was a good job. You know, they were tired, Bill, and you're right. They needed a change, but you can't change when the puck is in your zone. You got to work hard to get it out, get that red line, dump it in, and that's when you can go for a change. And Shaw finding a little extra gas to get a good chance on Tebow.
That will set up the face-off to the blocker side of Tebow. 10:50 remaining in the period. Swinimer. Back to center for Arsenault. Arsenault pokes it forward. Onto the stick of Sibley. Sibley and Flynn. Emma Ray Murphy. Swinnimer has it go through her skates, and here comes Rachel Dory. 3 players across with Julian in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. Somebody lost a mitt. Ainsley Lloyd. Its shot doesn't get through. It looked that. I don't think the goaltender ever saw it, but it's knocked down by the defender. Lloyd again deflected just wide. 2 shots by Lloyd that have been dangerous. Finally pouncing on it is Waterman as her stick was on the other side.
Waterman got someone's skate right in the face, and it kind of turned her neck a bit. We saw her go down in a previous game as well, and she just needed time to compose herself, and she stayed in the game, and she was fine. Looks like it's the same story here.
A shout out from Digby, Nova Scotia, cheering on their cousin Alyssa Sibley. This is the Olivers. Thanks very much to the Olivers, cheering on Boston Pizza and Sibley. Getting heated over there in the parent section.
I think the fans are sharing my frustration with the refereeing.
Keisha Kane. Kick save, rebound, McNeil. No luck on the finish.
It's a perfect play when you don't have a good clean shot. Hit the far pad. That rebound most likely coming out in the slot.
Latorno, 9:39 remaining. Augustine taken away by Colburn. Colburn circling in front, tight angle shot. Thibault doesn't see it, and then finally puts the mid on it. 9:25 remaining.
Boston Pizza has done a really good job this period. They came out composed, they came out with energy, they came out with intensity, and they spent the majority of the time in this Moncton zone. You got to think a goal is coming their way soon. And Waterman giving out some good rebounds in front, so if they can get a couple more girls just staying around that, or hanging around in that crease area to shovel those pucks in, they could maybe see themselves in a tie game here soon.
Coming off is Morgan Porter.
Well, the referee's going to give them a warning. They just send Porter on to give water to Waterman, which it is important, but next time, I guess, you know, call over the referee, let them know.
Checked away at the line as Carr-Babineau tried to break out. And now chugging across the red-blue line is Lauren Shaw. Shot in behind the net. Shaw picks it up. Ali Dolan chips it out in front and deflected to the far side as Faith Steves nearly got a shot on net. Carr-Babineau has it knocked down by Alex Boyd. Dorika Paul. There's Gallagher. Dolan in on the chase. Boyd in behind the net. Battling against Faith Steves. Steves, puck in front, paddled away calmly by Thibault. Dorika Paul keeps it in. Fires it to the far side. O'Malley shakes free of Shaw. Clears the zone. Actually doesn't. Right back in there now. Faith Steves, not much on the shot. That will get out onto the stick of Julian. 8:15 remaining for Sylvie. Poke checked away by that long reach of Emma Ray Murphy. In behind the net. There's Sidley. Great chance in front, but steered aside as Ward couldn't get it on her stick. O'Malley. Ward on the back check. Emma Ray Murphy knocked down. Ward on the chase with Sibley. Hannah gets there first. Sibley pins her to the boards. Swinnimer. Puck in the crease. And now onto the far side, onto the stick of O'Malley. 7:36 remaining. 2-on-2 with O'Malley and Dory. O'Malley to the middle. Shot knocked down by Latorno. Brooke Augustine. And there's Latorno. Sibley. Kept in by Carly Colburn. Line change for BP. Colburn swung to the far side. On the chase over there, Shannon Grandy. Keisha Kane gets into one, misfires, and we got a penalty coming up on the Rockets. So a penalty on the Rockets, touched by Swinimer. Another power play for BP. That's going to be on Kayla Wilson. Kelly Bishkoff, thank you, Kelly. A shout out to the dedication and commitment of the girls of Boston Pizza. Thank you, Kelly, from Alberta.
It's definitely been a long road for both these teams. You know, you talk about how women's hockey has developed, and one of these things that has changed in the last few years is the commitment. When I was growing up, you know, I had practice Monday, Thursday, and then a game maybe Saturday, Sunday. But these girls are on the ice almost all the time now, playing high school hockey, playing for Boston Pizza. They're training off ice. They're doing skills camps. And they've got a long season as well, and lots of travel. Only 4 teams in the Nova Scotia League, and similar story here in New Brunswick. So definitely a lot of commitment needed to be on these teams.
Dumped in by Brooke Murphy. She'll change. Fresh penalty kill unit out there. It's Faith Steves and Maddie Morrissey. Morrissey knocks it down. Morrissey and Porter are 2 players you don't really talk about much because of Shaw or of Murphy and Steves, but man, they just are all over the ice and they look exactly alike.
Such energy players. Morrissey's got such great speed, and she's got a little jump in her skate too, which when she gets a good play going, you can tell her bench is up on their feet, they're cheering. That gives the team some energy.
We're going to Morgan Porter, a shout out to guys in Windsor Junction, the Brown cousins, cheering on the Rockets in Windsor Junction. Steves can't, now she will clear it, gets out on Flynn. 5:20 remaining, 25 seconds left. Puck comes across the near side. Kira Mehmet gets knocked down. Faith Steves, somebody lost a stick and glove. That was Dory. And now Flynn with Morrissey right on her tail. Coming in to help out.
That was a great penalty kill by the Rockets. They almost forgot it was a power play for Boston Pizza there for a bit.
Bouncing puck in front, and a goal! Boston Pizza breaks through, and we're tied at 1.
It's exactly what we said Boston Pizza had to do. Traffic in front, shovel in those rebounds. And that's exactly what, is that Dory? I believe Dory's going to get credit for that one.
And that line of Mehmet and Julian, they've been doing this since day 1.
Yeah, Julian is someone that she's had a great year, and you know, probably could also wear the C with Alyssa McNeil. They're such leadership roles on this team and have worked really hard to get these girls to where they are. You know, you talk about rebuilding years, and you're losing a couple of years ago. Boston Pizza was dominant. I mean, you had Lisa McNeil, Brianna Lansley, Kenzie McPhee, just the list goes on at the talent they had on this team, and it kind of shied away a bit. Now you're getting the Jenna Pellerins, the Sylvie Julians, the Kira Mehmets, and Sylvie Julian actually going to Dalhousie, but hasn't been talked to by the coaching staff, hasn't been picked up to play in an AUS team. I think she's a perfect fit for the AUS. A character player, she passes the puck well. I would tell Dalhousie to get on their horses and get talking to her soon.
So Julian definitely got an assist. 3:52 remaining now. Holberg.
Expect things to get a little more physical here. Both teams, they want to win this bad.
It was Dory from Julian, and the last one I couldn't pick up. It's getting loud in here. But there were 2 assists. We'll try to clarify that for you. 3:35 remaining, 1-1. All right, so this takes on a totally new meaning now that Boston Pizza's finally broken loose and got a goal. It only took them 4.5 periods with that shutout yesterday. And now the intensity really picked up here in the building. Great crowd. Great to have you with us on Community 1. Buckle up. It's going to be a great ride here the rest of the way. Shout out to Heather McNeil, Alyssa's mom, watching back home in Halifax. Alyssa, the captain. There she is, right on cue. Actually, that's Pellerin, check that. Pellerin can't get that soft pass across. Letourneau. Brooke Murphy, a blocker save. Boston Pizza dodges a bullet there.
Breakout passes are so important. If you don't see that middle lane open, just use the boards, chip it out. Pellerin has so much speed. She was in the middle. Beck trying to make a tape-to-tape pass, but that's not always the best option to make. Get it off the boards and let Pellerin chase it down.
3:15 left. Brooke Murphy stepped right into the slot. And a blocker save for Thibault. Battle on the far side. Julian. Dory out in front. Loose puck. Morgan Porter misfires, gets it back. And the assistant captain calmly up to Maddie Morrissey. Morrissey, and that's going to be a penalty on Sibley. A little bit too active with the stick of Morrissey.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't, as the moment you step into someone's lane, even if you don't make contact sometimes, you will get sent to the box. That's just a lazy play there for Sibley.
All right, Jillian McMacken. Thank you, Jillian. A shout out to hometown heroes Faith Steves and Emma Ray Murphy. Thank you, Jillian.
Phil, you're kicking my butt in the Twitter competition we're having. It's a secret competition I've been having all weekend, but you're well in the lead.
You compete in everything, eh?
I can't not compete.
I'm pretty sure you were competing with me in the scraping the car competition this morning before I came over and helped you.
Yeah, everything is a battle.
Shot comes near side. Carr-Babineau. 5 on 4 here for the Rockets. Back to the blue line. Arsenault. Hannah Ward. Back from Arsenault. Hannah Ward. Tight angle shot, easily gloved down by Thibault. And then Swinimer right in the crease there and having words with Gallagher. 2 minutes remaining. But you play defense, and you obviously defensemen always get their back up when a forward comes charging into the goaltender.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, again, keep your hands out of people's faces. But I don't want to give away all my tricks, Bill, on the air. But 2 hands on your stick, right at the back of their pants, not in your back because you'll hurt them. But you can steer their hips left or right, and that's what I'd be doing in front of the net. Just get that stick there, and the referee can't really see it, but they see that you have 2 hands on your stick. So that's how I'd be pushing them out.
90 seconds remaining. Emma Ray Murphy right from the middle. A kick save by Thibault. She saw it the last second and got the toe on it. Good rebound control as well.
It's all about leg strength in front of the net. You really got to buckle down, and Sibley getting thrown at the end of that play, but just battling hard, even if you have someone who's a lot bigger than you. I know playing shinny during the year, when I'd have Jocelyn LeBlanc, one of the assistant captains of the Moncton team, when she'd come in front of the net, you'd think, my gosh, Jocelyn, who's 5'10", and I'm 5'4 3/4. It was a tough battle, but you just got to get down, and Boston Pizza doing a good job pushing these much taller Moncton players out of the way.
Another easy glove save. You remarked on the glove hand of Thibault on the first day, and it's enough that it's quick, but it's just the way it's just so calm for her. You can tell how much confidence she has in it. Yeah, and
she wasn't as confident as first period, now dialed in. The thing about Jose Thibault is she prides herself on her lower body strength and that post-to-post push, and she makes herself really small and tricks you because she gets that glove up so quick.
Big save there off Morrissey. Battle in the crease. Emma Ray Murphy. Shot goes on the far side. But a big save there for Thibault. She didn't see that in the last second. That shot by Morrissey.
When you can't see those shots, you just got to make yourself big. Get to the top of your crease. Get your shoulders up. Arms out. Great job by Thibault.
Brooke Murphy trying to get an angle. Try to get it on the forehand, short side. No luck. 28 seconds remaining. Here comes Julian. Trying to shake off Morgan Porter. And another penalty coming up as Julian went flying into the boards. And it is going to be on Porter.
I think Porter would have gotten away with that one had her stick been down. She had Julian's stick way up top, and I think that's what really sold it for the referee. But keep your stick down and you just bring her into the boards with you. I think she might have gotten away with it.
So 17 seconds remaining, the penalty on Porter. Boston Pizza is able to set up on the attack here. We'll see if they can get a high quality shot. They do! And an easy save for Waterman on Pellerin. Not much of an angle there.
Pellerin's got to get that one-timer off. I know she likes her wrister, but if you're in that Ovechkin spot, as they call it, just hammer that puck, because post to post, you got to think that you're going to beat the goaltender.
7 seconds remaining. Can they get a face-off win? Won by the Rockets. Nicely done there by Wilson. Trying to kill it off the period, and they will. All right, so that's the way we end our second period. What a period it was. This has been everything that we anticipated and hoped for. A back-and-back battle. Only one goal apiece. And great saves on both sides. Outstanding individual efforts. Grittiness. A goal by Rachel Dory ties things up. Brooke Murphy scored in the first period. Both teams heading off the ice here. A reminder that post-game interviews are coming up after this. We'll have interviews with players on the winning team down on the ice. Remember, a reminder to watch Atlantic Hockey Report. Atlantic Hockey Report on bellalliant.net/community1 and on the on-demand button on your remote control of your Bell Alliant fiber optic TV package. Atlantic Hockey Report, a grassroots look at hockey all the way from novice to junior. Hosted by Garrett McDonald and a whole bunch of contributions, including Isabelle Germain. And I get to contribute this week as well. We're going to be on the big show. We're going to have me and Izzy on the episode, so you can catch that. And interviews from this tournament as well will be on the show coming up in a couple weeks. So check that out if you have time. Atlantic Hockey Report. And our first weekend of Atlantics here on Championship Sunday in Paradise, Newfoundland, Kensington, PEI, and here in Moncton. Next weekend, I'll be in Wolfville for the Pee Wee Atlantic, so you can join me down there in Wolfville for the Pee Wees. And then Scott Squires will be in Dartmouth with the Irving Oil Cup for the Bantams. So, pretty much what we expected, a 1-1 hockey game. And I mean, I guess, you know, heading into the third period, at this point as a coach, you pretty much just have to keep going. I mean, you don't want to throw anything complicated at this stage.
No, these girls know what it takes to win this game. You know, Boston Pizza's been here before, Moncton's been here before, and before this tournament, both teams reached out to the AUS alumni and current AUS players. So Moncton playing Les Aigles Bleus in an exhibition game, and myself and a bunch of my friends who used to play for Dal and some of the current players, we took some time out of our day and played them. And the one thing that Letourneau asked us to do was put pressure on these girls, because they needed to learn how to play the puck when pressure was coming at them, and he wanted us to be a little more physical. And guess what we're seeing here today? Lots of pressure on the defense, lots of pressure when you have the puck on your stick, and very physical play. Hopefully the referee will keep things level. She's done a much better job, I think, in the second half of this period, but things will get more physical in the third period. Tensions will be high. You got to keep control of this game to make sure that we have the ending that everybody deserves here in Moncton.
Again, as the coaching staff, you want to keep things very simple for them. Everything's got to be routine. And again, you mentioned the loss of Rubinger. Not just that you lose a quality player, but now you got defensive pairings who aren't used to playing with each other for the Rockets.
Yeah, hopefully they've gotten comfortable. I mean, I haven't seen any hiccups really for the Boston Pizza defensively.
Or Boston Pizza, sorry.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen many hiccups for those girls. So, you know, they're talented individuals. They know how the game of hockey works. People get injured. People are in and out of the lineup all the time. So this team knows what they need to do, but Moncton is a tough team. to kind of weather that storm completely, and I thought they did a great job keeping pressure in the Moncton zone. Now Moncton has to respond. They have to get Steves going. They have to get Brooke Murphy back in this game. I think Murphy's a little bit off since those couple penalties that she took in the first period, so just get your top players going. Don't put too much pressure on them, but let them know, hey girls, this could be your last time wearing this jersey. Make it count. Work hard to the end. Stay out of the box.
Looks like, to me, it looks like this could be a one-goal game. Like this, the one goal could be championship goal because both goaltenders seem really dialed in.
Yeah, you know, Waterman has been stopping all kinds of rebounds in front of her, jumping on pucks, taking the abuse, and she's not thrown off yet. She's been great in net for Moncton, and then Jose Thibault, the little goaltender, just being big in the net. And both those goaltenders, I think it's going to be a garbage goal or something. I mean, it's going to be one or the other. It's not going to be a weak goal. It's going to be a rebound or